What's up, True Blues? Welcome back to CF Central and welcome to your tactical approach video. This time for your Brentford away game. This is going to be a tricky one. This is going to be a tough game. We know every single game in the Premier League is going to be tough. But Keith Andrews, he's a great manager, a great defensive manager, and he likes to attack on transition. I think Brentford in transition is marvelous. And we know Enzo Maresca struggles with transitions. That's why we avoid transitions by having the ball. And this is going to be an interesting one because I'm not planning to risk Rhys James and Marco Kurela. I think that we're going to see Malo Gusto and Gerald Hato play against Brentford. So this is going to be a tough one because Gerald Hato's new. But I think they can cope with the opposition. And by the way, if you didn't see my last video, please go and check that out because in that video there's information useful for you to understand what's going to happen on this one. But yeah, my predicted 11 for this match is the following. Sanchez is going to start on goal. I think our back line is going to be formed by Malo Gusto, Trevor Chalobah, Tosin, and on the left, Gerald Hato. I think that we're going to see his first ever Premier League game for Chelsea. Then moving up to the midfield, I wouldn't like to risk Moy Caicedo, even though we know he's a machine and he can play every single game. I wouldn't risk him. I would like him to play against Bayern München, and the reason why is because he played both games with Ecuador and not really a fan of risking him before a tough match away in Germany. So I think we're going to see Andrés Santos play alongside Enzo Fernandez in the midfield. Then our attacking line, if you didn't see my last video, this is where I really try to surprise you, and I think that we're going to be surprised by Enzo Maresca on Saturday because I think we're going to see Pedro Neto starting on the right, Jamie Bynoe Gittens on the left, but as our number 10, I would like to see Facundo Buonanotte. I wouldn't like to risk Cole Palmer. If he's not fully fit, then just why risk it? Risk him against Brentford and just save him for the Bayern game. I think that's a wise decision, and let's see if Enzo Maresca decides to play Buonanotte, because we could also put Estevao or probably João Pedro as the number 10, but I mean, on Wednesday, we have one of the toughest games of the season against Bayern München away. So, yeah, let's see. But I would like to see Facundo Buonanotte starting the game. And just behind Marguiu. Again, I think João Pedro could come in clutch this game. But I think we also have to give Marguiu some chances. And given the fact that Marguiu, yes, he played with the national team, but he was playing for the under-21s. And João Pedro took part in Brazil's camp. He went to Brazil, it's a long trip. I think that we might have to consider João Pedro a rest. I think that we might consider João Pedro to give him a rest. And, yeah. Let's see if Marguiu starts, but that's my predicted 11 for this upcoming game against Brentford. As for the Brentford lineup, I expect to see something like this: Kelleher on goal, then Coyote, Collins, and Van den Berg, with Lewis Potter forming the back four. We know Jordan Henderson is going to play, absolute leader. I think that Keith Andrews is going to go for experience with Henderson and Martin Jensen. I think that's going to be the sixth tandem that we're going to see from Brentford in a 4-2-3-1. The three up front, I think that we're going to see Kevin Schade, Damsgaard, and Otara. Utara has been fantastic, and I think he's a really dangerous player. If I'm a Brentford fan, I wouldn't like to see Utara being dropped, but well. And the new striker is also very interesting, Thiago. I think Thiago has good qualities. He's strong, he's quick. So this is the starting 11 that I expect Brentford to field against Chelsea on Saturday. And well, given this both lineups, first I would like to focus on what Chelsea has to do on the defensive side to stop Brentford. These are the lineups, and I think Brentford is a really good team in transition, so that's why we have to be really careful with those wingers. Malo Gusto and Jorel Hato have to be really, really careful with those crosses because I think they have good aerial threat. But I think this match is going to be a second ball match. What do I mean by that? Easy. If you win second balls, you win the game. It's easy as that. So we have to be really careful, and that's why probably using Moi Caicedo for this game would be optimal. But, well, I wouldn't like to risk him. If we get to win second balls, because I think there's going to be a lot of duels in the central zone, on the central midfield positions, I think there's going to be a lot of second balls and a lot of duels. If we get to win those second balls, if we get to really control the ball after some chaos, if we get some clarity with the second balls, I think that we are safe to win the game. Same for Brentford. If Brentford gets the ball near our area, as you can see on the animation, I think they're going to be really dangerous because we know Henderson, Damsgaard, and Jensen have a great shot, power, and also they have really, really accurate shots. So in order for us to not concede against Brentford, I think that we're going to be careful. We have to be careful on set pieces because they're tall. Their central defenders are really, really tall and they have good aerial game. But I do also think that we have to really focus on zone 14. If Brentford really gets possession on zone 14, I think that's going to be dangerous for us. And yeah, that's the main focus. Not to concede against Brentford because Brentford is a really, really good defensive side. And if we trail first, the comeback is possible, but I think it's going to be tough. So yeah, that's on the defensive side. And as for the attacking side, I think it's pretty clear what the advantage of Chelsea is. We know we are going to see the box. I think Malo Gusto is going to invert. Santos, Gusto, Bonanote, and Fernandes forming that box in the middle. But I think our strength is going to come from the wings with Jamie Bino Gittins and Pedro Neto. I think we have enough pace. I think we have the right profile of players to cross the ball. However, as I said before, central defenders of Brentford are really tall, and I would expect Margue to compete. However, if not, we have to be really aware that every second ball that we get on zone 14 is going to be crucial for us. If we get to win second balls right outside of the box, I think that our chances of scoring can come in clutch. And hence why I would like to see Facundo Bonanote playing a central role because I think he has great shots quality, either with his left foot and the right. The right foot is a little bit weaker normally as for a left-footed footballer. But I mean, he's a great player with great shot. And that's why also I put Caicedo out of the starting 11 because I think with Andre Santos we gain, positional play in the middle to free a little bit Enzo Fernandez. And what we gain from that is not only long range shots, but also some creativity just outside of the box which I think is going to be crucial. Because Jensen tends to stay a little bit up the field, so I think I would imagine that if Jensen plays alongside Henderson would be a little bit by his own, and I feel confident enough to say that Facundo Buonanotte is going to be in the 1v1s against Henderson or any central defender that he may face. So yeah, I think that's the key in order for Chelsea to win this game against Brentford. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. As I said in my last video, the match prediction is going to be 2-1 for Chelsea. But in order for us to really get a solid chance to win, we have to score first. That's crucial. I'm not saying it's vital. I'm not saying the comeback, if we trail first, is going to be impossible, but I think it's going to be really tough. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't like to see Cole Palmer coming in. I would say, I mean, I'm not at Chelsea camp. I don't really know what the situation is, but I think if Cole Palmer is not 100% fit, why risk him against Brentford? Probably just save him for the match against Bayern München. Same with Estevao, same with João Pedro, because I think they're top players. And yes, we know they have the capability and they're eager to play every single three days. But right now, after the international break, I wouldn't know how fit they are in order to play every single 3 games. However, we also have good alternatives coming on from the bench with Ty George and Alejandro Garnacho. Let's see if we see Alejandro Garnacho starting his first Chelsea game. And well, this is pretty much what I think is gonna decide the match between Brentford and Chelsea. It's gonna be a tough one. But let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. Like and subscribe. Keep the blue flag flying high. And keep supporting Chelsea, guys. Please stay tuned, because right after the match is going to be the match review. And after the match review, there's also going to be the tactical lessons video. You know, by this point, that in that kind of video, we review the tactics that Chelsea used or didn't use to get the result that they get. Hopefully it's a win, because I do think we need momentum in order to go to the Allianz Arena and get a result in München. Let me know, guys, in the comments what you think, and I'll catch you on the next one. Come on, you Blues.